Hey y'all, thought I'd do some reading, maybe convey a few things, a few thoughts, few statements of intention. I'll begin with what I would characterize as a prayer. It's a poem, and it's entitled Ex Nihilo. Ex Nihilo means out of nowhere, from the Latin. Ex Nihilo, a prayer for waters held in abeyance and their erstwhile fecundities, tears of a sacral silence under a veil of hypnosis. All man's works, a monument to sclerotic ambitions only. What good my abject apologies for my elegies and observances to whatever end the future holds for the earth and its bounties? One consolation only, one implosive heart only opens inwards to receive. So that's that, as somber as it is, I guess. Um, it's a mood. So the statements of intention. What I'm about to do. First, I should say about my channel, because I've never actually made any sort of statements about myself or what I'm trying to do or what I am. Or, those of you who know who I am know who I am. So that's having said that, just for the general person who may just like randomly click or just somebody I've never met. What's the saying? A stranger's a friend you haven't met yet, or a friend who hasn't viewed your YouTube, it being 2017 or 10 years ago. But I just do what I want, basically. I'm an artist. I like to write. I like to paint. I like to photograph. I'm also an activist, so I'm an artist slash activist. You may be aware that I'm associated with the Post Ignorance Project, that being Kevin Blanche. And we've done some actions together. We've done some musical improvisation. We've done some performance art. We've done some research. We've done some avant-garde manifestations. And all of these are one. They're all one thing. It's a historical, it's a story. It's a narrative of its own, which is the history of art and the art of history that are linked and are actually intimate and that inform one another through time to tell a story of reality and of evolution through time, of man's endeavors, man's philosophies, man's paltry attempts to to steward creation, to co-create, to collaborate, to cooperate with the environment he finds himself in, with the earth. As Buckman, I can now chime in with Buckminster Fuller, who said the most significant thing about Spaceship Earth is there was no instruction manual included with it. In other words, this is positive because that means it's an open-ended story that we can contribute to, that we can build upon, that we can co-create and co-manifest with, ideally, and evolve with, or as I like to say, evolve. That's my little neologism. Evolving, revolving, evolving, etc. So anyway, to bring it back to a statement of intention, is you'll just see me do anything. Basically, if I feel like reading a poem, I'll do that. If I feel like collaborating with Kevin, you may see that half the time, or in the majority of times, you'll see that on his channel. You'll see it on Kevin Blanche's channel. However, occasionally he'll grab something I do and add it to his, and occasionally I'll grab something he does and then add music to it. Whatever. So I just basically am an artist who does what he wants, whenever he wants, the way he wants. And so that's point number one. That's what I do with the channel is whatever. You'll see many different things, and you'll in the days to come you will really see many different things. I can promise you that. But the other point is that you will never see monetization. You will never see ads, third-party ads of any kind. A little insect there of some sort. You will never see me kill an insect on camera, hopefully, or any other animal or any other creature. It's kind of old school. What I want to do is, to support myself is the old-fashioned artist is to sell you my art, and if it appeals to you, then it would be my honor to sell it to you. Even commit, you can even commission me perhaps. That's on a one-to-one basis. It's a unique thing to ask of an artist to commission a person to do something very specific for the patron, for the client. But I'm open to the notion. So if there's some specific thing you'd like to see me do, and please contact me, and we can always consider it. Now, having said that, this is the third portion of what I wanted to convey, which is that contingent on what I just outlined is I need a specific place that you can go and view. I have a few places. I've had a website in the past that's under construction. I've had a Flickr account. I have a Facebook account. Many of you know that. And that's kind of the temporary home, for my imagery and for the art that I would like to sell and put out there and, publish, print, sign, and or ship. If it's framed and ready to go, we can just ship it. But soon, very soon, I will provide a series of links where all of it will be hosted, and it will all be broken down by the type that it is. It could be a photograph that could be printed on demand. It could be a book that could be printed on demand. I'm also a poet, so I have a couple of projects that are about to launch, which are poetry standalone, which is simply text. Then there'll be text with imagery. And then there will be hybrids as I desire to do them. I will hybridize, which is something I'm an alchemist in the area of art. So I've always collaborated. I've always alchemized the now and whatever's available, and that's the performance art aspect that is, the unknown of the now, which will come in at all moments. And that interests me, so there'll always be a raw aspect to a lot of what I do, not everything. And there will also be very produced sort of expressions and music, and I've been working on those actually quite a bit. So that's maybe the fifth tier of what I'm outlining here, which is that there will be artifacts available that are very composed, very, hopefully not contrived in the pejorative sense of that word. Oh, it's so contrived. It's, it's pretentious, but who cares if it's contrived or pretentious? If you like it, and you can consume it. So that's, no one can tell you what you like, hopefully, hopefully you've got your own taste. So I think we all do. So just wanted to throw that out there, and it's, a statement of the past, and not the past, but of who I am, basically, and what it is I do, and what I'm doing here on YouTube. And, just like many of you, if not all of you, this is an aspect of ourselves that we're putting out for public, not critiques, or depends on what you do. Again, if you're a commentator, if you're an activist, if you're an artist, quote, or whatever you say you are, an author, perhaps you're an actor, who knows? So, but in my case, I'm an artist, and I just like to get on with creating, and it can take, and I can promise you, you will always see something completely and utterly different. I have a different take, and you'll always see something unique and new and fresh. Hopefully. So there you are.